Hello, my name is Leslie Sharp. I'm the ninth and 10th grade school counselor here to run through some information about courses for ninth grade for 8th grade students and parents. But before we go forward, I want to just mention a couple differences between middle and high school. So high school students earn 1 credit for each year-long high school class they take. And students, there's specific credits that you need in order to graduate from high school in Tennessee, and these are listed here. So you need 4 English credits, 1 each year, 4 math, and again, you must be enrolled in a math every year of high school, even if you took an algebra or geometry in middle school. You have to be in one each year. You need 3 science credits, 3 social studies, a minimum of 2 foreign language of the same language. You need 1 wellness, which is a health and PE, plus another half credit of PE. And you need 1 fine art credit at least. You need 1 computer science credit. This is new for the class of 2028 and beyond. So you guys are the class of 2029. This will be the second year for this requirement. You need a half credit of personal finance and 3 electives in a concentrated area. So you end up with more credits beyond these, but these are ones that you must have to graduate. There's an asterisk by 2 foreign language. There's an asterisk here because most of our students, because of the IB Middle Years program, end up in a language through the 10th grade, and that could be 3 foreign language credits. And then many of our students continue on in a foreign language in 11th and 12th grade by choice. So the asterisk is there because for the IB Middle Years program, you will probably have gotten your Spanish 1, French 1, or German 1 credit in 8th grade. Move on to the level 2 in 9th, and then a 3 in 10th. There's also an asterisk here by PE because some of our students earn that in a different way. We'll talk more about that as we go. So all of these credits, we take ownership and make sure that each student is earning those credits. So this is just a copy of an internal document that we check off to make sure students are on track to graduate on time. And it lists all of these classes and more. So a little bit more about the differences between middle and high school. In high school, final grades in every single class are figured into your student's grade point average. A GPA, grade point average, is reported on the high school transcript, and during the fall of their senior year, students send their high school transcript to colleges to be considered for admission to that college, and they send other items, test scores, and other things. But we want to let you know about that now before you start. And in high school, grades in each class are finalized at the end of the semester, where semester 1 and semester 2 of a class, they're not averaged together for a year-long grade, as is done in middle school. That's just something to know, and I'll remind you next year. And then 3 points are added to the final semester grade if you're in an honors class. For example, let's say you're taking honors English, and you make a 77, which is a C for the first semester. Because it's honors, 3 points are automatically added to that final numeric grade of 77, making it an 80. Okay, so that's the advantage. That's one advantage of honors classes, is that you get some extra credit for doing some harder, more advanced work. Okay, so back to the choosing classes for 9th grade. The Google form for course selections will go out through ManageBac after spring break on Tuesday the 25th, and it will stay open through the 28th, that Friday. So you don't have a lot of time. That's why we're previewing your choices now. Please, students, choose your courses with a parent. We don't want you choosing something that's not okay with a parent. So we're going to keep them informed. Students must be logged into a school Google account for the form to work properly. And you can only complete the form once. Any changes that you need to make, let's say you make an error, you would need to email a change to me, Mrs. Sharp, sharp_l@hcde.org. And very important, please check your language arts, math, and science teachers' recommendations for your next course in their subject area. And those will be listed as non-graded assignments, most likely in the third quarter of PowerSchool. If it's not there, check your fourth quarter later. Those teachers know you well, and they will make recommendations for your next class, so you should consider that carefully. And please, students, choose your courses based on your best fit, not what someone else is doing that you think you should do because they are a friend. Choose it based on the best fit for you. And I want to mention a couple documents. This is a list of all the courses offered in ninth, an overview. Before you go into the Google form, you can take a look and see what questions you're going to be answering. And they will be attached to emails and in ManageBack for you to see. And we'll look at it carefully. Another document that might be helpful is this list of all the high school courses offered at this time. So if you're a person that likes to plan and look at long range planning, this will be a very dense document, but important for you. Also, you will find linked some information about course paths in 11th and 12th grade for long range planning. But at this time, we're going to go back to this form and look through each section. So first, we're looking at English. Whoops, that's math. Let me get to English. Okay, looking at English, and your choices are English 1 or Honors English 1. Honors English 1 is going to be a good fit for students who love to read, can do reading independently, have earned an A or B in Language Arts 8, and they're ready for more challenge and independent work. Please check out the videos of our current English 1 and Honors English 1 teachers talking about the differences. Those will be linked. And next topic is going to be math. So in Tennessee, the math progression, it goes Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, and then Advanced Math. Okay, that's the order, and it will tell you kind of what your choices are. If you're a student in Math 8, you're going to choose between Algebra 1 and Honors Algebra 1. Please see what your teacher recommends, and I also recommend you listen to a short video from Miss Hardison discussing the differences between Algebra 1 and Honors Algebra 1. Straight from a teacher who has taught both classes, take a look at that information directly from her. Back to math. You might be in 8th grade taking Honors Algebra 1, in which case you'll probably move on to Honors Geometry. However, some students go into regular geometry. And there are a few students who are taking Honors Geometry as 8th graders, and they would move on to Honors Algebra 2. Next topic we're going to talk about is science. Biology is taken in 9th grade. Your choices are Biology or Honors Biology. Honors Biology will be for students who earned an A or a B in Science 8. They're ready for more challenge, independent work. They're basically learning the same content and taking the same benchmark tests and TCAPs. Honors goes a little bit more in depth and requires more independence. Your next topic here is your language acquisition class. So most 8th grade students are taking French 1, German 1, or Spanish 1. So they'll be ready for the level 2. If for some reason you are just doing very, very poorly in that French 1, German 1, or Spanish 1 class, at the end of the year, your teacher may reach out and suggest you repeat level 1. We're going to wait, and we're going to encourage you to move on if you've passed that class with an A, B, or a C, to move on to the next level. All 9th graders also take these classes listed here. So all freshmen take wellness, which is a PE and health class. all students take this computer science, which is a requirement mentioned earlier. You'll also take a contemporary issues, which is a social studies elective. And your contemporary issues class will be paired with your English. So if you are taking honors English, you'll also be placed in honors contemporary issues. If you are taking honors, you'll take the honors. Okay, cut here and redo this part. We'll also have activity period directed studies. Now, electives. There will be space for one, most likely a fine art elective. And your choices are Art 1, which is a visual art where you're drawing, painting, that sort of thing. Band is an option. Let me mention that all of these electives here are full year. There's none where you have half one thing and half the other. These are full year classes. So Art 1, band, choir, or choral ensemble, if you have permission from Miss Wyram. That's a select vocal group. We also have digital design, which is graphics or art on a computer. We are also hoping to offer guitar. You must provide your own acoustic guitar. There's a little arrow to a box here that says, we're hoping to offer guitar. However, at this time, we can't guarantee it. If you select guitar, we will ask you to choose a backup choice, just in case that does not make. Okay. Instrumental strings is another fine art option, as well as theater. And then we have another one here, STEM. So STEM is a great option, but it's not a fine art credit. If you choose STEM, that's fabulous. However, we will need to get you into a fine arts class before graduation. So I hope this has helped get you started. Please take a look at all of the materials and reach out to your teachers, reach out to me if you have questions. Thanks so much.